Yo, what's up, family? Before we start, please leave a like, subscribe, and share to any and everyone that you can, just so we can get out there a little bit more. With that being said, let's get right into it, man. The Celtics lose to the Cavaliers again, this time in Cleveland, in OT, 113-114. This is another exciting game between these two teams. I'm gonna just go through the floor of the game just like we usually do. The first quarter, the Celtics, it wasn't looking too good. Now, the score wasn't that bad. I think it was like 35-27. But again, the defense giving up 35 points. I don't think Tatum scored in the first quarter. Garland, welcome back, DG. He showed why he was missed. He had 14 points in that first quarter shot. He made 3 straight threes to start off. But that second quarter by the Celtics was the best defensive quarter they've had this season, and it was reminiscent of the dominance that the defense was showing the second half of last season. And it was just refreshing to see them playing so freely, because you seen how easy the game became when the Celtics started playing elite defense. They were running out in transition. Tatum was getting transition dunks. It's like, that just goes to show you how the second half of last season, the Celtics were blowing teams out of the water. Good teams, bad teams, tanking teams. They were blowing everyone out because their defense was an all-time defensive unit. And you see in that second quarter how if you hold your opponent to 25% shooting, and you turn them over 4 times, and you don't foul them. The Cavaliers did not shoot a free throw the entire second half. Meant to say the Cavaliers didn't attempt a free throw for the entire second quarter, not half, quarter. They play defense without getting into the bonus and without fouling. You play smart, you play aggressive, and you stay in your right lanes, and you switch when necessary, and you communicate. This is what happens. And that started to creep back. I hope that it lasted for longer than just a quarter, but it was great to see that part of the Celtics still intact. Then the third quarter came, and it was just bad offense and bad defense. The Celtics shot 28% in the third quarter. Cavs got back to attacking. JB Biggerstaff, the coach of the Cavs, was saying to one of the reporters at halftime, was like, they started playing a lot of ISO ball in the second quarter, and he would have loved to see them come out and start attacking again and passing it around. That's exactly what they did in the third quarter. They had 33 points and they shot 10 for 14 from the free throw line. That is a huge difference from the second quarter, where they struggled mightily and did not shoot one free throw the entire quarter. From now going to the third quarter, scoring 33 points and going 10 for 14 from the free throw line. Like, the pace picked up, the ball movement picked up, and they were a lot more aggressive. And that's just how it was in the third quarter. And the Celtics luckily picked it up in the fourth quarter to force overtime. Smart was the fourth quarter. Smart was very good. He was aggressive. He hit all his free throws. He had a couple and ones, I believe, or it was just one, but he had a clutch and one. It was a cut where I think Brogdon was out of control, and he was 3 for 3 from the line in the fourth quarter. And Donovan Mitchell, who didn't have the most efficient game, I think he was 10 for 27 on 25 points. He showed why the Cleveland Cavaliers gave up those picks to get him in the fourth quarter. Every trip down when they needed a bucket, it was clear that he was the guy to get him there. And last time they played the Celtics, it was him and Karis LeVert. I'm so glad we held Karis to under 40 points this time. But I think he only loves to play us when he's at TD Garden. But other than that, Donovan is just, the complete package offensively. And on the defensive side, he's really picked it up this season. Donovan sticks his man a lot better than I've ever seen. And he has some plays on Tatum and Brown down the stretch where he's like denying the catch real good, and he's just there. He's active. He's way more active defensively. But yeah, the fourth quarter was wild. Smart was aggressive. That play by Tatum was just unbelievable. I really don't understand how that wasn't an and one. He clearly got fouled. I'm glad Tatum didn't get a tech there, but I think they didn't give him a tech because they know he got fouled. Overtime irked my nerves a little bit. This is the second time we played the Cavs in overtime. They played great in overtime the first game. They hit every necessary shot. They hit the daggers. They hit all that. They played good defense. The Cavaliers did not play good in this overtime. The Celtics just played worse. Cavs didn't shoot good, but in overtime, Celtics causing mistakes. Tatum and Brown both shoot 1 for 4 in overtime. Smart tries to foul bait, doesn't get the foul, and doesn't make the shot. Jalen takes the last shot, which I'm cool with. But I would just like Tatum to actually move. Understand like having a defender out of the play at half court, but they scored on that same type of look to go into overtime. So why not actually have Tatum run down and do the exact same play where Smart hands it off, but instead of Smart, have it with Jalen and have Jalen fake the handoff and shoot the ball. You scored on that play to take it to overtime. They're going to react to Tatum cutting to the basket. And of course, if they don't, which is dumb, you give it right to him. I think that having the same exact setup as you had to go into overtime to win the game would have been important, because Tatum was just at a half court by himself and Brown was like in the paint, so that doesn't cause any confusion. Yeah, I would rather Tatum take the shot with Karis LeVert on him than Brown with Dean Wade, who has more size. And that's 2 games between the Cavs and the Celtics where Dean Wade has stood tall against the Jays for game-winning shot. The first game in regulation, Tatum had a chance to win the game. Dean Wade was checking him and he stopped it. This game, Dean Wade was checking him, made Jaylen Brown take a tough shot and he missed it. But yeah, shouts out to the Cavs for a great game. This team is going to be something to deal with in the playoffs. With Rob on our team, I don't think this is a competition. I think they can compete with us, but with Rob, I just don't think, we lose to them at all. But this is a very good team, of course. Like, they have 2 very explosive guards on offense. They're going to be tough to handle. So shouts out to the Cavs. Hope everybody stays healthy so we can see them in the playoffs. Last couple of notes from the Celtics. Better defense, I would say. Of course, giving up 114 in an overtime game is cool. Garland and Donovan were inefficient from the field. Even though they had high scoring totals, you made it tough. And that's all you can ask for guys that are that skilled. Tatum just great on both ends of the floor. Again, the 6 turnovers I didn't like, but you could see him picking his spots better. I think he had 7 or 8 points before he even hit his first shot from the field. And he was also getting rebounds and assists, so that was cool. Brown just started hot. I think he had 16 in the first half, had 24 through the first 3 quarters. He didn't really do much in the fourth and overtime, but you need a guy like that. Jalen is going to be pivotal to anything the Celtics do. Just having an extra guy that can score 25 points, that can average 25 points on any night, is not something a lot of teams have. And when you have a superstar like Tatum and you have a star like Brown that can actually take and hit clutch shots, that's a luxury. That is truly a luxury. And he's a wing that has size and athleticism. So Brogdon was cool. I just think he missed 3 point-blank layups. And I think that there was a lot of times where he's done a great job of realizing when to drive to score and when to drive to kick. There was a couple times where, guys like Sam Hauser and Grant were open and he drove and he didn't pass it and ended up in a tough shot. So just him getting back to recognizing, when to drive to score and when to drive to kick. Brogdon's been a great addition, of course. Grant is more important than I thought he was. Grant was effective in his rookie season, starting his career over 27 from the 3-point line. Like, he was still a beast in terms of defensive versatility. And now that he has dropped 15 pounds and is a 40% shooter from 3, he's immensely valuable to what the Celtics are doing. And it's like, I know that he's playing great and I'm happy that he is, but in the back of my mind, it's lingering, like, is he outplaying the amount the Celtics want to give him? And because he's doing everything. He's doing everything right now. He's hitting threes, guarding the 4, switching on the guards. Like, Grant has been amazing this season. And you could see how much more comfortable he is on the offensive side. Like, he's pump faking, sidestepping for threes, pump faking, driving. He had a pass where he pump faked and drove it, and he roped it around to the opposite corner. I think it was to Brogdon, and he shot. I was like, I've never seen Grant make an opposite corner pass in my life. I haven't seen it before. And seeing that, I was like, oh shit, like Grant is that dude, bro. And he's a championship level role player. So hopefully we can keep him, but Thank you guys for watching. If you can, of course, leave a like, subscribe, share to any everyone that you can. I'll be back at the next game. I'll see you guys.